So I just got a raise. I figured this would be a good time to talk about a question I get asked all the time. How much do teachers really make in New York State? What's up, guys? Welcome back. My name is Brad. I make videos with tips and motivation on how to get out of debt, how to stay positive, and live a more happy, fulfilled life. Today, I got a video that's been a long time coming. I am a school teacher here in New York State. I've also taught in Arizona. And people ask me all the time, is it true about the myth that different states make such a vast difference in salary? So I want to take a couple minutes, tell you exactly how teachers get paid and how much I'm getting paid here in New York State as compared to what I'd be making in the exact same position in other places in the country. It's kind of come down to the fact where everyone knows I want to move so badly out of New York State, but with the pay here in New York, I just cannot move. So let's talk about how teachers get paid and also what I'm getting paid here in New York. If you're a teacher and you're okay with disclosing your salary and the state that you live in, please get down in the comments below. I want to educate people because I feel like new teachers kind of get scared away from the profession when they think that you can't make any money. And I think that's a myth. You can make a lot of money in the long run. There's just a lot of upfront work, but that's the same with any job. So here's how much teachers make in New York State. In most places in the country, teachers get paid, which is public information, according to a scale. And one scale moves this way as far as education. Now for me, I get a raise for bachelor's plus 15 credits, master's 15, etc., all the way up to master's 70. So that means master's plus an additional 70 credits. That's how I move this way on my pay scale. Now I also get a raise every single year, this way in years down my pay scale. And right now you could see that if you go this way and this way, that's how you make the most amount of money. So what I'm doing right now is I'm taking classes to move along the top scale, and then every year I move along the bottom scale. On top of that, every single year, according to my contract, the entire table goes up 0.5%. Now this might vary where you are. I know people that have long-term contracts or no contracts, but here for me on the North Shore of Long Island in the school district that I teach in, my pay scale goes up 0.5% every single year. Now, on March 5th of last year, the Washington Post did an amazing article about how much teachers are getting paid, and they referenced a couple different organizations that take stats on this sort of thing. And it was really mind-blowing because I never really looked at the stats about other places in the country. I knew that the pay varied everywhere, but I wasn't sure exactly how much. On the forefront of that was the National Education Association, or the NEA. You can visit their website at NEA.org if you're thinking about becoming a teacher or you're just curious about that information. They pretty much put yearly stats up about different states and the whole country in general. The last stats came through in the 2016-2017 school year, and it showed that the average teaching salary was $58,353. That was the average for all teachers in the whole entire nation. In that same year, the highest paid state was New York, and they averaged a little over $79,000. So you can see right there, we averaged $20,000 more than the national average. And 36 of the 50 states are above that average as well. The lowest paying state was South Dakota, coming in at $42,000. So you can see there's a $30,000 swing from the highest average state, New York, and the lowest average state, South Dakota. They then showed just the starting salary. So that last stat was all teachers involved. Then they showed just the starting salary in New York. The starting salary across the country was $38,000, which is a lot less, almost $20,000 less than the national average. So when you come into the profession, you're going to automatically be making $20,000 less than the average. But here in New York, the starting pay was $44,000. So once again, New York is tops as far as pay is concerned. So right there, I'm put in a position where I am in a state where I make the most amount of money out of any teacher in the entire country as far as averages are concerned. Then on top of that, I am also in a very high paying district. In the district that I teach at, the lowest salary that you are going to start with is just under $63,000. That is year one with a bachelor's degree. You're going to be making $63,000. That is the lowest paid job in my school as a teacher, which is pretty much $20,000 more than the New York State average and $40,000 more than the starting salary across the United States of America. So if you are a starting teacher and you're in New York as opposed to an average state, you are going to start at $40,000 more for the same exact position. You can see kind of how I'm getting trapped here in New York. I tried to look up a couple different stats as far as like New York and districts are concerned. But the district that I teach in is definitely a top 10 district. I've seen 7, seen 8, I've seen 9, right in that range as far as average salary. The average salary in my school right now is $136,000 per year. That's the average. And remember, the New York State average is $79,000. So there is a really, really big jump. Now I'm put in a position where I am in the highest paid state and pretty much the highest paid district in the highest paid state. I can't quit my teaching job. All right, so full disclosure, where am I at in this scale? Okay, I've been teaching for 15 years, but I've been in the current school that I'm in for 7 years. So I moved down the scale. I am in step 7, and I just got a raise from Master's 30 to Master's 45. This puts me at just over $96,000 for the upcoming school year. And guys, a lot of people would think that's a lot of money for a teacher. And I agree. I am so blessed that I am in an amazing school district. I have a wonderful support system. I have one of the best administrations you could possibly imagine. This is the 3rd school that I've taught in, and I really am glad that I taught in the other schools that I did in to really help me appreciate how blessed that I really am. I have some of the hardest working, motivated students I've ever seen, and I really think that the pay is a reflection of that. And what I mean by that is, in the other schools that I was in, they tended to be stepping stones for teachers. Nobody really stayed there that long. But in the district I am now, they take care of their teachers, and they pick the best of the best, and they make sure that their teachers are going to stay there, grow, and develop, and really form a community that is the best for the students and also the community that they live in. As much as I want to leave and move out of state, I am so happy. If the state that I really want to go to is Colorado, they're one of the lowest paid states in the nation. And there's this cost of living thing. I showed you that I start at $40,000 more a year. If I moved to Colorado, my property taxes would decrease by $10,000. So I'm still net $30,000 right off the bat. It becomes very, very hard to leave if you're in New York. If you teach somewhere else and you come to New York like I did, I was in Arizona and then I moved to New York and tripled my paycheck, good for you. But it is so, so hard to teach in New York and then go somewhere and live a comparable lifestyle. And I'm pretty frugal. I still think teaching is one of the best professions in the world. I really, really do. I mean it wholeheartedly. Sometimes, we have ups and downs, but so does every job. And I know there's all this talk about the kids, the parents, blah, blah, blah. Our parents used to say to us that we were crazy and that things weren't the same when we were younger. It's just an evolution of life. And I think the teaching profession is something that people really should think about. It's great. It is awesome. Yes, there's summers, weekends, and holidays off, but if you do the work and you set up your curriculum and you keep being a lifelong learner and you keep learning about the subject, education, and kids, it is one of the most fulfilling jobs you could ever have. I just got a text message yesterday from a student I had 5 years ago thanking me for helping them through their educational journey. These are things that really hit home for me and make teaching every single day a job I love to go to. Until I see you on the next one, guys, please stay confident, stay positive, be kind to others, and work really, really hard. I'll see you on the next one. Have yourselves a great weekend.